Sometimes the Rath doesn't complete the whole distance. Maybe Balramji reaches, but Subhadra Devi is at three-fourths of the distance. Jagannath is at halfway. And all the people who come, 95% of them, they are from the nearby villages. They just come by, either they walk or they take a bicycle or they take a small bus. And in the evening they leave. They don't have plans of staying in Puri. So the next day, I have seen at least twice, it's mostly ISKCON devotees. And oh, the joy that you can not only touch the rope, there is plenty of room, you can actually pull Jagannath. And they also, the Pandavas also are very happy to see ISKCON devotees doing that seva. So normally, I would not even approach even Subhadra Devi's cart or Balramji's cart, the ropes from about 150 feet. But the next day, you can pull Jagannath, you can. We still have some enthusiastic devotees here in Chowpatty. They touch all three ropes. I don't know how they do it. Of course, they are in younger bodies, much younger bodies than me. So Jagannath Puri is also famous for its pounding surf at the beach. The waves are simply, you just have to be there to believe that. They won't let you stand for even half a minute. Well, half a minute also is too much, 30 seconds. 15 seconds the waves come, 15, 10, 15 seconds. And a person being overwhelmed by emotions is compared to someone standing at a Jagannath Puri beach and then the waves come. In this material world, the Bhagavatam says, Gunormi Chakram. My God, just see what a contrast. Here we have the three modes, their waves. Sattva-guna waves come feeble, early morning, little bit here and there. But as the world goes into action, by noon it is Rajoguna like anything, craving for more prestige, more money, more power, more influence. He did that to me, she did that to me, I have to get back, I have to get even, competitive, cutting edge, dog eat dog world. Oh, that's Rajoguna wave. And then as dusk settles in, there is the Tamoguna wave. I see around Bhakti Center, normal days it is there, on weekends it is happy hour, clanging of glasses and ha ha ha, so much of laughter, but everything going towards deeper and deeper Tamoguna. The food, if you can call that food, whatever is being eaten by people, it is all Tamoguna. Then the beverages, just dull your mindset. 1 week has passed, nothing good has happened. You have to dull yourself just to face another week. And then those who are more vulnerable, thoughts of violence, anger, deep anger, ferocious anger. And then we see someone going deeper and deeper into the modes due to the waves of Tamoguna, either ending their life or ruining themselves completely. So Guno Urmi, the three gunas and their Urmi or wave. Uddhava is experiencing just the opposite. So one thing is there in Prabhupada's Bhaktivedanta purports, and Prabhupada takes the root from Bhagavad Gita chapter 15, that hey, this world is just an upside down image of what's happening in the spiritual world. Some things are there as they are, and some things are perverted. Like we have animals here, there are also animals in Vaikuntha. The lion, tigers, and the sheep, cattle stay side by side. There is no enmity there. Prabhupada was asked, are there mosquitoes in Vaikuntha, Prabhupada? And Prabhupada pondered for a moment and said, well, even if they are there, they don't bite. That's good. So this verse today is about Krishna's bodily structure. Let us see how Prabhupada begins. There was nothing comparable to the bodily features of Lord Krishna when he was present in this world. Now we do have certain beauty objects. Poets have described, mostly male poets have described the female face, female beauty as the moon or the lotus flower. And this also comes from uh, devotee poets also. The most beautiful object in the material world may be compared to the blue lotus flower. Now, Sanskrit language is so variegated. Even for a lotus, we have Utpala, Rajak, Rajiva, Kumuda, Kalhara, Pankaja, Kamala, so many names. And they all have their different attributes. So, for the moon, it is Chandrama, Shashi, uh, Rajini Kant. Rajini is the night, and her companion is called Rajnikant. Lord Shiva holds the Shashi, the moon, on his head. So he's famous as Shashi Shekhara. Shashi is the moon, Shekhar is on the top of his head. But here it is said that even the lotus flower and the moon were defeated by the beauty of the bodily features of Lord Krishna. And this was certified by the demigods, the most beautiful living creatures in the universe. I'm reading the Mahabharata, and it is the Vana Parva. The Pandavas have been pushed into the jungle, forest, all kinds of machinations, conspiracies, and stratagems were used to derive these dharmic brothers. They are just accepting one suffering after another. And it is interesting to note that the world we are living in, our planet we are living in, used to be so beautiful at a particular time that demigods would come. You may say, really? Yeah. There were some places which were reserved for demigods. It's like in your favorite restaurant, there could be a table which is always reserved for some important person. Of course, you have to pay for it. That's understood. Like Arjuna fights with one Gandharva and he says that this is not your time. For humans, you have this allotted time, but in the evening time, it is ours. And that Gandharva says, so you have actually intruded upon my time. Arjuna says, do you know who I am? I am Gandhivdhari Arjun. He says, who you? I don't care who you are. Big fight. Arjuna defeats him. Then Gandharvas come and Duryodhana and Gandharvas fight. All right, but this time the Gandharvas defeat Duryodhana. So just see in your own cities, that is Hartford, Buckley Center, New Jersey, Jersey City, Detroit, or whatever. I am not wishing it on you, but actually I am having this thing in Mumbai. Just there is a railway line which divides our place called Grant Road. You go the west side when you come to Chowpatty Temple. It's mostly, what do we have? Residential apartments, mostly quite clean compared to Indian standards. There is a police station. I asked them, when did the last murder take place here? So they said 3 years ago, and that too was some family quarrel. So hardly any big time theft, hardly any big time crime, no organized gangs. But just on the opposite side of that railway line, my God, there are areas where if I go there at 10 o'clock at night, something happens to me. I talk to a policeman that something happened to me. His first question would be, "Are you an idiot? You in this devotee dress, shaven head, shikha, tilak, bead bag. Why would you even go there?" So I said, "Hey, you are supposed to protect me. You're not supposed to argue with me." He said, "Yeah, you should use your common sense." So over the years, a particular part of a city becomes overwhelmed with crime, and any honest person, any civilian, it's very difficult to go there. It happens. So I'm trying to make you understand this from a huge cosmic level, that the entire planet becomes unfit. We may call something beautiful. It's a reality today. Kashmir is beautiful. 30,000 lives have been lost in senseless violence. So the tourism industry is almost down. So from a cosmic point of view, the earthly planet was considered to be a fit place. Many places were fit for demigods to come. Either demigods are also like big time enjoyers, but pious enjoyers. And some of the important demigods would actually come when they would be invited for something crucial. So the Rajasuya, what is mentioned here, Rajasuya is a sacrifice, not just a 3 hour puja, but a huge thing, thousands of priests chanting mantras. The essence of it is that the most suitable person is chosen as the emperor of the world. And in any fire sacrifice, the demigods are invoked. Indraya Swaha, Agneya Swaha, Varunaya Swaha, Vayave Swaha. So Swaha is the acceptance of something by Agni. Swaha also is the name of his wife. Agni and Swaha are always together. So Swaha, and then Agni accepts the offerings, and by the arrangement of this universe, that particular demigod gets that offering personally delivered. Just to emphasize the importance of Yudhishthir Maharaj, these demigods, when they heard that Krishna is helping him, so when Indraya Swaha was, there was no need for doing Indraya Swaha because Indra is personally present there. So this was the importance of Yudhishthir Maharaj. Now something else happens. The demigods are also beautiful, very beautiful. In the Vanaparva of the Mahabharata, Mudgal Rishi asks, uh, a charioteer comes from the heavenly planets to take him up. He said, first of all, I'd like to know how are things there. So he says, first of all, demigods, your body is made up of donations, charities, austerities, tapasyas done in the previous life. So just like in Narakalok, in the hellish planets, a particularly painful, pain-inducing, but long living body is given so that you can experience the pain of all the sinful activities you have done. Opposite is a very beautiful, adapted to sense enjoyment body is given when you are promoted to the heavenly planets. There is no need to eat or drink because there is no hunger and thirst. Remember what I've said. No need to eat and drink. They do eat and drink a lot, but there is no need to. There's a difference between you have to do it. We have to eat. We cannot survive without eating. And after eating, we have to purge it out. The evacuation functions of the body are there, you like it or not. And whatever food goes inside, the best essence is taken for marrow, blood, semen. But a sizable portion becomes urine and stool. So he says that doesn't happen there. There is no need to pass urine, no need to pass stool. The body is simply superior body. You may sleep, but there is no force that you have to sleep because the body is fatigued. There's no fatigue. It is simply song, music, dance. Everybody's having fabulously beautiful bodies. Well, there is something. There is a little bit of competition. There is a little bit of envy. Little bit. Trace of it, but it's there. Everybody's garlanded with the flowers. Especially one flower garland, which you get upon arrival, is called as Akshay Mala. The flowers never wither at all. So demigods call themselves Amara. We are Amaras. You may say, hey, so nice things to hear about, so many nice things to hear about heaven. Where's the catch? Like you see an ad, Apple iPhone. What is the latest number? 12, 13, 14, whatever. For $1. You say, hey, that's good. But there's a small asterisk. And the small asterisk kind of takes you down to the bottom of the page what you are reading. And well, it says conditions apply and you know the whole thing. So heavenly planets are beautiful. Inhabitants of heavenly planets are eternally living. Chiranjeevi. Conditions apply. That flower garland, when the first flower starts withering or wilting, that guy knows my time's up. It could be 1,000,000 years from today, but my time's up. And when the whole garland gets dried up completely, he's taken to some other place. He just whisked away. He just, where's my mansion? Where's my Viman? Where's my aeroplane? Well, there are so many party invitations today. I said, no, sir, no party today. You're supposed to go to this particular place. They take him away. From there, the heavenly, beautiful, enjoying, induced body is taken out and he falls so rapidly. As he enters the earthly atmosphere, there are clouds over there. He has to take shelter of a raindrop. Poop, comes here down. He could be in your courtyard. He could be in your backyard right now. At least in India, it's rainy season now. So then the body of a grass or whatever eaten, or grains eaten by a human being, then injected in the body of a female. That mother grows his body. After a particular time of gestation, it comes out. No memories of whatsoever enjoyment or anything he has done in the heavenly planets. Blank slate. Life starts again. Again, you do something bad this time, more and more and more bad. Push down, Narakalok, Vedana Sharir, pain body, beaten, boiled, roasted, skewered. Sorry to use these words, but that's what happens. With that kind of treatment, the treatment is over. Again, pushed up. Again, another clean slate. And our acharyas say, my God, aren't you tired? Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam, yasansare bahu dukkhare. Pahi murare. Again you take birth. Again you die. This world is formidable. You can never beat the system. The closest thing I can say is just like people go to Las Vegas hoping to beat the system. You can't beat the system. It's already configured to deprive you of your last cent. So these demigods, they are wiser. You and me are nothing compared to them. But here they are saying that this body of Krishna seems to be the most beautiful. Uh, we think that Brahma cannot excel him now, excel himself. And this is a catch. The demigods think that Krishna's body also is created. Brahma is the creator, everything created by Brahma. What to speak of demigods? Even the most intelligent asuras, Hiranyakashipu also thought that, oh Brahmadev, let me not be killed by any creature created by you. Brahmaji had to say Tathastu. He said, all right. Now Hiranyakashipu was relieved that, hey, everybody is created by Brahma. Nobody created by Brahma can kill me. I am good to go. Prabhupada writes here. Excuse me. It was not within the power of Brahma to create the transcendental beauty of the Supreme Lord. No one is the creator of Krishna. Rather, he is the creator of everyone. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 10.8. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. So the idea or the concept that God is created is wrong. Secondly, not just that God is created is something which we need to conquer or go over that point. More than anything, we need to understand that Krishna is the cause of all causes. He's not just, like Prabhupada says, don't call Krishna great. Don't call Krishna a wise person. He's not just the greatest of current personalities. He is the greatest ever. And beautifully, Brahmaji says in his Brahma Samhita, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anajiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Sarva Karana Karanam. You see a cause, and you see a cause behind that cause. You see a cause behind that cause. All causes taken together, cumulative sigma of all causes. Krishna remains the prime cause. You may say, how do we understand that? Correct? You cannot understand unless the prime cause reveals himself. And a daily life example, you can't see the sun unless the sun reveals himself. Three things happen when the sun reveals himself. Number one, you see the sun. Number two, in the mirror you see yourself. And number three, with the help of the sun you see the world around you, your life. So when the Krishna sun rises in your heart by chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That's all Krishna requires. That's what Mahaprabhu says. Just chant. When the Krishna sun starts rising, you can see Krishna. With the help of that Krishna sun rising, you can see yourself. Who am I? Why am I struggling? What's the goal of my life? With the help of the Krishna sun rising, you can also see the world around you in its reality, as it is. Right now, it's like a moonless night. We are just seeing the world around. We are making guesswork. We see a cityscape without any lights. Oh, here could be the Empire State Building. Oh, this could be Fifth Avenue. This could be this could be that. No, sir. When the sun fully rises, you see everything as it is. And that's the goal of our life, to see everything as it is. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran ki jai. We do have some time for feedback, questions, corrections, if any.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Yeah, it is regarding that. My query is regarding the inverted. You said about the inverted. You said same thing. There is same thing. There is your, that is there is your also, and the rest is inverted image. So my query is as follows. The 84 lakh species, that means the 84 lakh species in the material world are also there in the spiritual world. but the difference is in respect of the form and body. That means that their form is the same at both the places, but the body is different. The conditional they have Sachidanand body and here. So is this correct understanding of mine?
It
That's
is
the first
correct.
part. The first
Yeah, it
part
is
of the
correct in
question.
the sense that our 84 lakh species are more like 84 lakhs or 8.4 million desires in various forms. It's like a big hotel, a spa, or a resort with 8.4 million rooms. And all these rooms are having different tariffs. So, whatever you can afford, you take that room.
Okay, got it, Prabhuji. That was the
The
analogy.
spiritual world could have even many more because
Okay.
their spiritual desires are ruling.
Okay. So you
That's
mean
how you
there
should
may be,
understand.
so you mean
Yeah,
there
even
may
more.
be
Yeah.
more forms. Okay.
Spiritual world means you say, Krishna, I want to serve you in this particular form. I don't see that
Okay.
available anywhere here. Krishna says, okay, I'll do it for you. Don't worry.
Okay. Second, the same question, second part. What about the stones? Are they also, yeah, stones in the material world, are they also a species? Because in the words it is not mentioned as a species, that words which categorizes all that Navalakshana and all that. But we know that stones do grow. We know that stones do grow. And so then how do you look at these stones and other things, inanimate things, especially the stones as a species? And also that there are inanimate objects like we have furniture, chair, etc. But these are also present in the spiritual world, but they are in the conscious form. They are living. I mean, so how do you understand all these things? Thank you, Prabhu.
Well, stones are considered to be the lowest kind of awareness, lowest kind of alertness, cognizance is the lowest there. If any one of you has visited Tiruvananthapuram, Ananta Padmanabh Swami temple, there is a murti, a vigraha of, it is outside. I don't know whose it is. Could be Hanuman or Jai Vijay. I'll check. But that vigraha, that stone is growing. There is a, they have tried to keep a kind of a box around all these deities outside. But then this one, they say the leg keeps on growing. So we have to keep it open. So yeah, stones are considered to be the lowest in that body form, and
The
in our human
furniture,
society,
sorry.
also we can have some human beings whose mental development is like the least. They are fit otherwise, but at age 30 also they could have the IQ of somebody who is 4 years old.
Hmm.
So stones are also to be seen like that.
But then why the stones are not mentioned in the verse which divides that aquatic, so many lakhs and all that? That 84 lakhs ka jo verse hai.
Those 84 lakhs are like the most alert and most active and which you can see. That's why they are mentioned.
Okay. And what about that, the furniture, etc., which is there in the spiritual world, like the throne of Lord Vishnu, that is also conscious. What about all
Well,
those
that
things?
is when a devotee in Shantaras wants to serve like that. So Krishna awards him his desires. That all right, you want to be a cloud, you can be a tree, you can be a stone, you can be a throne, sandals, sleepers, whatever. And Krishna's personal things are actually Balram. Balramji expands as Krishna's slippers, his cushion, his seat, his umbrella. That's a very special service Balramji does.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you
Hare
So,
so
Krishna,
much,
sir.
Prabhu. Go ahead, whoever was talking.
Hare Krishna, Shyamananda Prabhu. Danut
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna.
Thank you very much for a nice class. This is Manmohan Das from Detroit.
Yes, Prabhu, I can see you.
Prabhuji, I have one question.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, how we can connected all the time with Krishna so that we can see as it is? Because there is always is a constant battle. So how we can connect all the time, in spite of knowing the philosophy and still like, you know,
Hello, Manmohanji, are you there?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. So basically, your question can be understood from this point of view that you have a desire to connect with Krishna all the time, 24 by 7. All right.
Yeah, yes, Prabhu.
Now,
There is always constant battle, like how
yeah,
we can see as it is. There is always a Maya and then Krishna, Maya. You know, again, it's a constant battle going on.
okay. So what the Gita explains that the 24 by 7 connection is already there. The Paramatma is already there, but this you don't know. That's at one level. The connection is already there. Then Krishna is saying you are also 24 by 7 connected through the three modes to my external energy. The Sattva Guna tells you this is not how it looks. This is how actually it is. Sattva Guna is like a X-ray which tell you your knee hurts. Here is an X-ray that this is the hairline fracture here. So that's Sattva Guna. Rajaguna says hell with it. I want to run anyway. I want to get this gold medal. Tamaguna says, okay, you ran even with a fracture, you hurt yourself. Now you're really hurting, you didn't win it. Here is some alcohol, forget it. So the three modes are always there connecting us with the Bahiranga Shakti. And now Mahaprabhu is telling that you want to get connected to reality, then you need to accept the holy name in your life. And it's a gradual process. And it's a slow process. And you're right, Manmohanji, it's a battle. But whose battle is it? In Vietnam, American soldiers were protesting. Why the hell are we here? So Prabhupada looked at them and said, you know, you guys are not trained up. There is no training for you. And that's why you are protesting. They said, no, this government is useless. Prabhupada saying, you cannot accuse the government now. You chose the government. They said, we didn't choose it. Prabhupada said, listen, what I'm telling is, in a democratic setup, if the government does something nonsense, the public is to be blamed because it's your government. Many didn't understand that. I didn't understand the first time. Why is Prabhupada being heavy on these Americans? Now I see the whole point that our desires, our material desires are here. And we immediately, whenever the material desires become difficult to handle, we want to cop out. Nah, I'm going to fight karna. I don't want to fight. Prabhupada says you are killing animals every day by the millions. So you are opening slaughterhouses. You think material nature will not open a slaughterhouse for you? It's a valid reaction. So if you don't want to be butchered, you stop butchering animals. Plain logic. So this battle, like Arjuna is telling Krishna that I know this is my battle, but it's tough. Krishna says, sorry buddy, there is no way out of this. Just see what Prabhupada told some hippies. Krishna is not telling Arjuna that I'll fight for you and you smoke ganja here. And they immediately understood. Prabhupada is using ganja. They immediately understood that I have to fight my own battle. So when you say it's a battle, you need to have weaponry, you need to have training, you need to have armor. Rather than complain that it's a battle, understand that this is your battle. Krishna is going to become your charioteer, but he is not going to take weapons. Our acharyas have taken this point that let this battle be as long as it should be. I should not forget you. And Krishna also assures, Ma Manusmara, think of me always and fight. And fight without lethargy, fight without being a lazy bum. Get up. It's like Krishna kicking you on your backside. Why? When we say that, okay, somebody says, I don't want to win, I don't want to enjoy, I don't want this material world, to hell with my job, my promotion, my money, Wall Street or Silicon Valley or Apple job, Google job, Facebook job, whatever startups. No, sir. This philosophy doesn't work. You need to fight like Jatayu. Here is Ravana. Ravana has Sita. I need to serve Ram. Even if I die, I will not shy away from my duty. Why? Because we have senses and senses are active. Krishna is telling you that if you become very non-violent and say that, okay, I give up everything, don't think that this world will not drag you back. Better. So if Mr. Manmohan Das is a businessman, previously he was a businessman fighting battles for some other goals. Now you keep Krishna as the sole enjoyer of your battle and then see how things work. So Devipriya Mataji, I think you can begin. You had a question.
Very nice answer, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
thank you. Thank you.
It was just an appreciation, Prabhu. Your descriptions are so nice.
We lost you. Oh, I think we have lost her.
Prabhuji, one last question from my side. Can I ask now?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You said about the falling of the soul, that is from the heaven. I mean, as we are taught that they are actually, when the pious activities are over, they are kicked out,
Yeah.
and they fall down. And you mentioned about the falling from with respect to the rain clouds, come through rain droplets and all that, and then soil, and then you said they are there in the courtyard, etc. So my query is this: that do they fall on in the same planet? Like you said, they fall on the earth. So do they always have to fall on the earth, or do they fall on another planet? And second part of the query is that, is there any other way of falling? Thank you, Prabhuji.
Well, he is a demigod and he has fallen because no piety left now. So they are given some kind of a elbow room, some space to move around. And always bear in mind that Mahabharata talks in terms of our planet, our ecosystem, our universe. And there are millions of universes. So you're right. It's not necessary that somebody will fall only on this particular planet. There could be so many other considerations. What was this fellow's record even before he came to the heavenly planets? All these things are there. So just like a big corporation or the government, the moment you are driving and you jump a signal and they catch you, what happens? One click and the cop knows your entire driving kundali. When the license was issued, how many points removed, any felonies, any accidents, or whatever. So it's all case to case basis.
Okay. And any other way of falling other than the rain clouds?
This is from Chandogya Upanishad. So that's what I'm repeating for the rainfall. So that could be a standard way in which people come down.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji, I got cut off. My
Yeah.
reception is so poor in my house. A lot of times I get cut off and have to join again. But anyway, Maharaj was explaining it's like the Pharaoh's wheel. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. So he says, when you become a devotee or when you become a serious devotee, you get off the Pharaoh's wheel and then Krishna takes in charge. And after that, even if you have to take birth, you take birth in a devotee family or something, and you take off from that point, and you increase slowly at whatever point you left off. But until then, you have to be up and down on that wheel. Sometimes you're in the heavenly planets, sometimes you're on the hellish planet. So you have to get off that Pharaoh's wheel. He was saying, how of the constant wheel of life, samsara wheel that's going up and down all the time.
Yeah.
Millions of births and millions of lifetimes. And it's very scary when you think about it, really we don't want to go to the heavenly planets because we can get stuck there. We can get stuck there, you know.
Exactly.
But and also the description you were giving about Krishna, you know, like I've seen different pictures. I always wonder. I know the scriptures say cloud complexion, like a dark monsoon cloud, but then they also say Neelamani, like translucent blue. I've seen different pictures of Krishna, different shades of blue, and I always wonder which is the exact shade. You know, is it translucent blue, or is it dark blue, or is it the, you know, like I've seen different varied, you know, in different pictures, different calendars, different photographs. You know, I always wonder.
Well, Prabhupada told his BBT artists to draw, and then when they produced their results, Prabhupada said, oh, these are the windows to the spiritual world. So at best, they are approximations, but at the same time, when you say that Prabhupada has approved something, so you can meditate upon that particular picture which kind of captures your heart.
So which one? Oh, you're talking about anyone. Okay.
Anyone, yeah, anyone which captures your heart, which was certified by Prabhupada as bona fide, and then you meditate upon that. So you can see the consistency. Each and every person has only used 2 or 3, maximum 3 or 4 maximum kind of ways. Dark cloud, bluish cloud, like a tamal tree, tamal Krishna, megha shamal komalanga, Kulashekara praised. So Shama, megha. So the best approximation is like a rainy season cloud, Varsha Ritu, rainy season cloud, laden with water and is about to like burst and deposit all that water on land. That is the best thing which comes in comparison to what Krishna's complexion is. Ghana Shama, again cloud and dark. So that's the consistency of our devotee poets and acharyas.
All right, Prabhu. Thank you.
Okay, group. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Take care. Practice social distancing. Stay safe. We will meet next Sunday.
Thank you,
Thank
Prabhuji.
you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much.
Pattarubhyascha kripasindhubhyev cha patitanam
Nanam
pavanebhyo
Pavabhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
Vaishnavyo Namo
Namo
Namaha.
Namaha.
His Grace Shyamananda Prabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.